awareness video on environmental issues present within Surigao del Sur. Mining in Surigao del Sur, Soul of Life, Soul of Death. Siltation from mining activities is harming the livelihoods of fishermen and farmers in the province. Cantilan, Philippines, on an islet of stone crowned by grass and a fence of trees, the fisher folk of General Island stand guard over their marine protected area, their source of life and livelihood. Surrounded by dazzling waters off the coast of Surigao del Sur, the fishers are carefree. Children chase each other on the grass. Mothers hold their babies to their breasts, enjoying the breeze. But come December, the start of the rainy season for this part of Mindanao, the waters around the islet turned coffee brown. The source of this malevolent discoloration, say the fishers, are the mines in nearby towns Carrascal and Cantilan, both operated by nickel mining company Mark Ventures Mining and Development Corporation or MMDC. Coffee-colored water oozes from the hills wound like blood. On summer days, it doesn't appear to stray far from the mine, but it's not hard to imagine it reaching farther carried by the rains of December to February. Meanings in the water. The coffee water reaches the coral reefs of General Island Marine Sanctuary, covering them in the fine sediment from the mine, said Gerald Barr. It affects our corals. They are gone. They are destroyed. They are not able to recover, he continued. His observation has evidence in science. Siltation or land runoff is one of the gravest threats to corals according to studies. Fine silt clouds ocean water, reducing the amount of light that reaches corals. Without enough light, the algae in corals are not able to photosynthesize. This cuts the coral supplies of nutrients, which eventually leads to coral death. A dive into the marine sanctuary revealed as much. Though there were still colorful fish flitting about, only white skeletal remains of corals were left. Far from looking like a sanctuary, it looked like the remnants of a busy kingdom. Coral reefs are habitat of fish which the fishermen need in abundance to make a decent living. For this reason, the fishermen opposed the mining activities. Together with other concerned citizens of Cantilan, they filed a complaint against MMDC for environmental harm caused by lack of protective measures in their operations. In April 2014, the fishers won a temporary victory. The government's Mines and Geosciences Bureau, or MGB, closed the Cantilan and Carrascal mines for failure to maintain environmental mitigation measures. Then it flooded. I wasn't able to earn it back. I haven't earned anything back until now. Ana May Lico, a farmer. But the suspension order was lifted from the Cantilan mine in August 2014 after the company completed its implementation of environmental safeguards, according to MGB. The Regional Triad Court Branch 41 in Cantilan has appointed a multidisciplinary group to conduct a scientific study to determine the environmental and health impacts of the mining, said Hima Hotchkiss, one of the Cantilan residents who filed the complaints against MMDC. The study is ongoing. It's not only Gerald Barr and the 30 members of his group who suffer from the effects of mining. In another island, Ayok Island, some 100 fishing-dependent households are similarly busy. Ayok, home to the finest white sand and water-loving dogs, is guardian to one of the best-managed marine sanctuaries in the country. In 2011, it was named a finalist for Outstanding MPA Practices in the Philippines by the Marine Protected Area Support Network, a coalition of government and non-government conservationists. But not even the best conservation practices can survive the onslaught of siltation. The coffee-colored water is also a dreaded visitor in Ayok Island's waters during the rainy season. Ayok fishermen made their living chiefly from catching and selling flying fish. Before, the fish could easily be found around the island, but because of the siltation, the fishermen had to travel farther north towards Surigao Island to find catch. Destruction in the farmlands. A boat ride away in the mainland, farmers also blame the coffee-colored soil from their misery. Like the fishermen's case, the soil is borne by water from the rains. The rains carry the sediment to the rivers, which are used by farmers as a source of irrigation. A visit to one of these rivers showed brown silt covering the river stones, choking underwater plants. A woman farmer, Ana Liko, lost everything she spent when her farm was flooded in December 2012, bringing the dreaded silt. Other farmers recall wilting palay beside the irrigation channels, indicating that whatever was killing the crops must have come from the channels. For them, the soil of life has become the soil that kills. Liko now depends on the earnings of her husband, an overseas Filipino worker, to raise their 4 children. She is only now contemplating a return to farming. The mine is a danger not only when it rains but also during the dry season when the farmers need a steady supply of water. To extract nickel from the 4,799 hectares of land covered by their mining contract with the government, MMDC had to cut down trees in an stabilized watershed. Since the mining water levels in surrounding rivers have slowly decreased, around 450 hectares of formerly irrigated land in Cantilan and nearby town Madrid are now dry, said Magno Sarif of Community Irrigators Association, Tahipaan. So that's all for this video.